No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Hey, everybody, we are trying, we have a little technical difficulty here, trying to get everything working. Trying to get our video up, actually. But say hello there in the box, and I'll say hello back to you. Find out who's on our call today. It looks pretty full, so it's great to have you here. And we got Yibbing, we got Linda, looks like Daniel, and we're going to try to get this screen share thing going here. I'm trying to play my video and it's not working out. I just got back from Bangkok. I want to tell you guys a little bit about that. We got a bunch more videos I'm going to put up. Hey, Joanne, how you doing? Getting some messages popping up in there now. And what I'm going to do in just a second is pretty cool. What are you guys seeing on your screen? Can you put that up there? Because we have a little bad connection. Jessica, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just have the DCA live coaching call screen, but I can switch it to my screen if you want me to run the video.
Okay. Yeah, switch it to yours if you don't mind and go ahead and run the video and we'll get started.
All right. Can you see it?
I can see it.
All right. Here we
Big
go.
line. All right. Okay, everybody, look, we got our video working. That's awesome. I like my video. We got to change it up here soon, though. We got to do that. So I've been out of the country since, gosh, November 30th. I kind of got stuck in Bangkok. I missed a flight. Um, and believe me, it's not fun. You know, I love traveling to new places and meeting new people and all that. But man, when I got back to the U.S. and understand it, it's a 30-hour trip. You know, I was supposed to go from Bangkok to, let me get this right, Nikita, which is Tokyo, and then from Tokyo to Los Angeles, and then from Los Angeles, I took a train down to San Diego. So that was the supposed trip, but it got canceled. My flight, well, actually, I missed a flight. That was my fault. And then when I got to the airport, my flight got canceled. So they actually flew me to the People's Republic of China, Hong Kong, and I got to spend some time there. And then I went from Hong Kong on a short 12-hour flight to LA. And then when in LA, I went down to San Diego in the train. So it was about 30 hours. So I was a little exhausted. I just got back a couple days ago. But, you know, I had a really good meeting there. And I want to share some of that stuff with you guys because not everybody can, you know, take off to Bangkok for the first half of the month and hang out with some of these top people. I did do a Facebook mastery class. There's a lot of guys in there that spend, you know, $1 million plus a month on Facebook. And I know that sounds insane. But you know, they may have, you know, 200 or 300 ads running at the same time. So, you know, we mess around with a handful of ads and we think, oh my gosh, it's so confusing. But, you know, the big thing I will tell you, and Jessica's going to go over the audience, excuse me, not the audience, Allie Inspector today. She's going to share that with you. But the one thing I will tell you is you want to get organized in the beginning, because once you get a whole lot of things going on, organization makes it really, really tough. So you want to make sure you get organized. Jessica's really good about organizing stuff. I'm not so much, and that's okay if you're not, but make sure you have somebody who's with you that's good at organizing. You know, that's real important. Today we're going to, you know, use one of the tools that does probably 10 times what you realize it does. And a lot of times we get bombarded by tools and we tend to gravitate to the ones that do the least for us. And I'll tell you why, because some of the other ones are a little bit confusing. So Allie Inspector has a lot of components, a lot of parts to it, and she's going to walk you through today just how to use those parts. I see Joanne says just a blank screen. Can you see everything now, Joanne? Just type in that box. I want to make sure you can see it. And somebody's saying, what that, Jessica? Oh, what do we got up on the screen here? We've got the beginning of Alley Inspector on the screen. Can everybody see that? Yes, thank you. Good, 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 good. Everybody's saying yes. I'm kind of getting back on the U.S. schedule. When I was in Bangkok, I was 15 hours ahead of the United States, so I was in another day. It was really kind of weird. A great place, really interesting place, and we have more time. I'll talk to you guys more about that. So we're going to talk about Alley Inspector now. And Shopify would not even exist if it wasn't for AliExpress and Alibaba. So the guy that invented that, that's pretty cool. But the confusing thing is when you go to AliExpress, there's probably millions of products there. I mean, millions. Where do you start? So today, Jessica is going to start you from square one. She's going to start you at a mixed store and how you would find products for your mixed store. And then once you narrow that down, she's going to get you into a niche store. And if I talk too long, she's not going to have time to tell you all this. So I'm going to turn it over to Jessica now. If you have questions, I'm going to be monitoring those off to the side here, guys. So I will be answering a lot of your questions. So Jessica, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you just take over.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone, or afternoon, wherever you may be. It's still morning for me here. And like JR said, we're going to go over the Alley Inspector bonus software that you got when you purchased the Digital Cash Academy. And there were some really great training videos that came along with the software, but I'm not sure how many people actually watched them, and I say that because of a lot of the questions that we've gotten in the group. So I thought it would be a good idea to just go over best practices and how we suggest using the software to build first your mixed store and then onto your niche stores. And when you get a software, it can be a little overwhelming at first, especially when you get a bunch of softwares all at once like we gave you. You just, a lot of times you're like, I don't know where to start, or is this going to help me? I don't even know. I don't know. So you shy away from it, maybe don't use it. So I'm just going to quickly go over some of the best ways to use this particular software. And it does pull directly from the AliExpress website. So it's always going to be, when you hit go, when you hit search, it's going to pull data from AliExpress right then and there, which is great. So if you pull this up today and you pull this up a month from now, you're going to get different information, which is what you want, because you want to know what's currently selling, what's going to be the best thing for you to put in your store right then and there, not last month's data. So the best thing I think to start off to tell you, a lot of people are going to go, they're going to look at these tabs and just go, oh, well, I need to search keywords. And, maybe you'll go in here and say, well, I want to search, toys, and you're going to hit search. And that's probably not the best way to start off your search. And it's definitely not the best way to start off your mixed store. I think the best thing about this particular software is that it's completely unbiased. We're just going by data, figuring out what products are going to work without thinking about, oh, that's cute, or this is the kind of product I want to sell. We need to get all of that out of our minds, because none of that matters. Whether you like it or don't like it, whether you think there's a market for it or not, none of that matters. What does matter are the numbers, and what we can prove through numbers are selling right now and have the best sales rate. I'm going to go ahead and try to stop this, because it's pulling up a ton of stuff, because I probably shouldn't have actually typed in toys. There are too many of them to pull up. So that I think is the best thing about this software, is that we're taking our biases out of the equation, and we're just going to be looking at the numbers and say, this product is working, this product isn't working. So what I'm going to suggest for you is I'm going to clear my search here. When you're creating a mixed store, we're going to start with the best sellers tab. And I'm
Hey,
going to hit
Jessica,
go. Yeah.
what exactly is the best sellers? Because a lot of folks don't know what that really means. Can you explain what a bestseller is?
Yeah. So all of the data that we're going to generate in the Alley Inspector tool is coming directly from the AliExpress website right now. And on the AliExpress website, they have a section called Best Sellers, and they are pulling data from their database with all of the products in all of the different categories on the AliExpress website, all of the products that are their best sellers, meaning they have the best reviews, they have the top number of orders. These are the products that are hot right now, that are selling right now on AliExpress. So that's what the best sellers are.
So,
And
guys, you don't have to try to figure out what's going to work well. They're
right,
saying these already work well. So don't try to invent the wheel and say, well, I think this would be cool. It doesn't matter
exactly.
really what you think. It matters what the market thinks, if you're in it for money, which I think most people are. So use the tool to figure out what to sell instead of trying to figure out what to sell and then using the tool. Sometimes we do that backwards, right?
Right. And yeah, that's exactly what I was saying about the best part of this software is that it completely takes your bias out of the equation. We are just looking at products that are selling right now on AliExpress. And for me, that I think is the best part of this software, is that it is taking you and your biases out of the equation. So right now I have all of the best sellers according to AliExpress, what is selling right now on the website. And then from here, what I want to do is start, organizing and filtering my data. I want to say, if it has e-packet, I want e-packet. If it doesn't, I want to delete it. And I'm just going to try to delete some of these here. I'm selecting rows. I'm going to right click. I'm going to delete these rows because I don't want anything that doesn't ship e-packet, right? We can filter and say I only want to show items, because this is our mixed store and we're just testing out products in our mixed store. I only want to show items that are less than $20. And let's see, we can continue filtering our data and saying I only want sellers that have a rating of 4.5 or greater. We actually tried to do 4.8 or greater. So that's really going to start narrowing it down. And so now we have all of these products that we know are selling right now on AliExpress. We know they're shipping e-packet. Oh no, where did I go? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we know they're shipping e-packet. We know they're under 20 bucks, so we can add like this one right here is $4.80. I mean, we
Jessica,
can
your
really.
screen's not showing up. I put a poll in there. And if everybody would answer that poll real quick, it'll go away and you can see your screen again.
Oh, okay. I was
So
wondering
everybody
why
just
my
click
screen
in
went
there real
away.
quick. We're waiting for everybody to put yes or no to this poll. We're at 71%. And this is a little countdown on here too, guys. So everybody's got to click that so we can get back to her screen. I didn't know it would do that.
What's the poll?
Technology. So we need a couple more people to vote on that poll. Pretty simple stuff.
I can't see it. What is it?
It's a poll of who used um, AliExpress.
Oh,
All right, I'm going to close down the poll now, and we should get back to Jessica's screen. There we go. So I appreciate
got
you
it.
participating in that poll. And
Okay.
it was funny, just so you know, guys, half of you have used this and half of you hadn't. And there's a lot of people here. So this is a tool that a lot of people could be using, but haven't gotten to yet. And this is the beginning stages of picking your product. So you want to use this tool. Don't wing it on your own. Don't try to figure this stuff out on your own. Use this proven method. I'm back to you, Jessica. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So I'm just scanning the prices of these products here. This one right here is, $4.80. You can definitely mark this up and make a good profit on it. So from here, we can, go ahead and preview, which is kind of cool. We can preview. Oh, let me upsize my screen. These are the products. And we can continue filtering here if we want to, because this is the Alley Inspector tool. These are the exact same columns that we have on the Alley Inspector tool. And now we can see what these products are that are hot right now, that are selling right now. And I mean, there's a good mix here. We've got, fishing stuff, we've got cell phone stuff, we've got hats, we've got baby clothes. This is a good way to create a mixed store and start, just testing out different products that you already know are selling right now. So,
Hey guys, let me interject 1 second. Some of you are concerned, gosh, can I make money and all that? When I was in Bangkok, they had the Tan brothers there. They're two guys from China, and they've been doing this for about 6 or 7 years on AliExpress and Alibaba. They make over $100 million a year selling items off AliExpress and Alibaba. Okay, 100 million. So, if you just want to make an extra million a year, that's certainly possible. These guys have masterminds they run, all kinds of stuff. So, and they're in their 20s, by the way, the early 20s, I think they are. So that's the kind of money some people are making doing this. Shopify is incredible that you can actually integrate all this stuff, but you got to put in the effort and do what she's telling you to do there. I just want to give you that example of a couple of people who are making just a little bit of money off this.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of money to be made because people are buying online every single day. But so this again is a great way to create a mixed store. You can download all of this data into a CSV file. If you just find a single product and you're like, okay, I want to add this one product to my Shopify store. Let's just pick this one. We can right click on the product, if I can remember how to right click. We can download the product images and description, which is really cool. You'll download it and you'll create a file on your computer to save all of this information.
Hey Jessica, somebody's asking how you got to that preview screen. Can you just tell them again?
Oh yeah. So from here, this screen on the Ollie Inspector tool, you just hit this preview button down here, and it's going to open up that. I'll do it again. It'll open up in your web browser.
You see that, Linda? How she did that? Oh, good. Okay, so she understands now. Yeah, and you know what, guys? Type in there if you have an issue, because we tend to go through this a little bit fast, but type in there if you got an issue.
Yeah, and of course we'll always put this up in the members area too, so you can go back through it at a later date. But so you can right click on any one of these products that you like. You can download the product images and description. It's going to make it really easy to upload into your Shopify store. And I know we had been talking about this in the group recently. You can also download the best product reviews, and this is only going to pull 5-star reviews on this product, and it comes in a CSV file that is already formatted specifically for Shopify. So it's going to make it really easy for you to import them into Shopify. So that's a really cool feature as well. You have to actually have the product listed on your website before you can do this, but once you download the product images and description, you can get it up on your Shopify store in a matter of minutes. So this is a really, really cool feature, especially if you're just like, oh, I need to add a quick product right here, because if you have something in your head that you want to add to your store so that you can run an ad on it, this just makes it really super easy for you to do. So this is my biggest suggestion for creating your mixed store, taking your biases out of everything. You're not even having to sit down and say, well, I want to try these 10 niches to begin with and create my mixed store. You're just saying, give me the data. These are the products that are selling right now. These have the best ratings. You can sort by the number of orders if you want. You know how much they're selling for. You know they're shipping e-packet. I'm going to put these products in my mixed store right now today and get going. And it can really be that easy for you to do. So we're just going to pick one of these products, and let's say I'll pick this one. I'm going to look at it. You can click the product ID and it'll take you directly to the product on AliExpress, which is another really cool feature. So let's just say we created our mix store. We ran some ads, we made some sales. This product is one of the products that is working for us. So we want to go ahead and create a niche store based around a product that is working really well for us. So let's just say this is one of the products that has been selling really well for us, and we want to go ahead and create our niche store based around this product. And I mean, this is a really cool product to do that on. We're looking at a $4 cost. You've got all these different colors to choose from. You've got right now 4 different sizes in the case. This actually might not be the best example for me today because we know that we have the 8 and the 10 model, or the 8 and the X model out, but we can certainly, there are people that still have these size phones. We can start with this and then go to and add other cases that are for the 8 and the X. But let's say this is a case, this cell phone case is working really well for us. We're going to create our niche store based on it. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my data here. And we're going to go to our keyword generator. And so we're just going to say cell phone is our keyword. And we're going to go. We're going to hit go. So what this is doing right now is pulling all of the data from AliExpress, and it is pulling all of the information from AliExpress. These are the top 10 searches for cell phone. If you type in cell phone in AliExpress, your top 10 searches are going to be cell phone flip phone, cell phone holder, cell phone cases, and so forth. And then it's going to go and say cell phone, and it's going to start typing in another word that starts with A. And so the next 10 highest searches on AliExpress are cell phone, antenna, armband, Android 7.0, and then it's going to go all the way through the alphabet. As you can see, it's going A, B, C, and it's just going to continue to go. So what we're doing here is finding the top keywords in AliExpress for cell phone, and these are all of the top keywords in AliExpress right now. So let's go through these real quick. The rank. If you type in cell phone flip phone is the #1 search term on AliExpress. The #2 search term is cell phone holder, and continuing on and on. And then it starts over with A, B, C, and D, and you're going to get the top 10 search results for each one of these letters. And these are the number of results, and you can narrow it down by category if you want. Consumer electronics, or I wouldn't recommend at first narrowing it down by category, but you can certainly do that. And then again, the seed, which is what you put in, is cell phone. So let's go ahead and say I want to see the top 2 search results for each, and we're going to narrow it down. Cell phone, flip phone, cell phone, antenna. We're just going to start going through and finding something that looks cool for us. We're like, oh, cell phone organizer, that's kind of a cool thing. Cell phone pop socket, I know those are selling like crazy. Let's go ahead and see what's on AliExpress for pop socket. So we're going to right click and we're going to send it over to our keyword search tool, which is the 3rd tab here. And what this is doing is searching AliExpress for everything that is showing up when we search cell phone pop socket. Now we can, I'm going to let this run, and this is depending on how many items it finds. It can be short, or it can take a long time. We can narrow it down by category. If you want to change the ship to country, a minimum and a max price, if you want to put that in, lot, how many units are in the lot, if you want to do that, and free shipping only, single item only. These are really cool things that we can narrow the search results down by. I'm going to go ahead and try to stop this so that we can hopefully save some time and start narrowing down the search here. I think it'll stop for me. So do you have any questions so far, JR?
I'm answering them off to the side there. Somebody was saying that, Facebook ads was a little bit confusing. And that's just not true. It's a lot confusing. they're, they're, I have no idea how most of us figure them out. But guys, hang in there because Facebook ads are so very profitable. And we can do a coaching call on Facebook ads. But I know that's one thing people are having difficulty with. And then we've got half the people have not used the software yet. So you got to just jump in there, because a lot of people say, well, guys, it's just too confusing. I can't figure it out. If you just do it over and over and over, and I know I don't pick up stuff right away. It takes me some time. It really does. But let's see, we got another question here. Just came up, Jessica. Question on audience size for test ad. In the training, it says 250,000. On a recent call, you said you'd go to 1 million. What is the best audience size to test the $5 a day ad for a product? All of these things are ballparks, and when I was in Bangkok, and everybody wants a set answer. I know, I get that. And I want set answers. The only thing I can tell you is you don't want to start with 5 or 10 million or something like that. But I can tell you there's going to be a guru out there who's going to say start with 10 million. But when they were on stage, there was 5 or 6 guys who all spent over $1 million a month on Facebook. And it was funny because, one guy would say something and then the other guy would go, well, maybe that works for you, but this is what I'm doing. I do just the opposite. So you kind of got to figure out what works for you and your niche. The broad terms are, you probably want to stay under 1 million people in your audience. Somebody did ask that. And you don't want to start at like 30,000 because it's just not enough people. And what happens and why you don't want to do that, just so you understand, is if you were to start with an audience of 30,000 people, and I don't want to get off track because we're actually Alley Inspector, but the cost is going to be super high because you're going to deplete that audience real fast. So that's why you want to go with a little bit bigger audience, but you don't want to get so big that, they're not going to be interested in your subject. I hope that helps you a little bit on that question. And the other ones in there, I think I got answered, Jessica, so I'll let you finish what you're doing there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we did a coaching call a few weeks back on Facebook ads. So if you guys still have a bunch of questions about Facebook ads, maybe we can put a post in the group later on today and have you guys put your questions in the comments, so maybe we can better tailor a coaching call.
I don't think you could have enough training on Facebook ads. What do you guys think? Put in the comments if you think too much training on Facebook. She says, okay. That's not a Facebook related one, but if you want the Facebook stuff, just put it in the comments there and I will certainly answer that.
Okay, so here we have taken from our keyword generator. We know that we have a cell phone case that is in our mix store that is selling really well for us. So we went to our keyword generator and we typed in cell phone and we looked at the top results coming up on AliExpress for cell phone. And Pop Socket was one of them. If you guys don't know what a Pop Socket is, hopefully this is actually a Pop Socket.
What's a Pop Socket, Jessica? That sounds complicated.
It's not. And this isn't technically a pop socket, but this is similar to a pop socket. But it's basically something that you put on the back of your phone, and a pop socket actually pulls out. And it helps you with, holding your phone or standing your phone up, kind of like this one is showing you. And this does both, but so it's similar to a pop socket. It's going to be in the same category, but this is one of the products coming up.
Daniel's asking why they shut down Facebook ads. Boy, Daniel, if I had the answer to that one, the best thing I can tell you is don't go against their terms of service. If you think it's a little edgy, read their terms of service first, because they will close down accounts. I mean, you can get other accounts, but the problem with that is your pixel that you use, that is actually searching for these people gets warmed up to whatever you're doing. So if you're selling, like we do survival food, our pixel is warmed up to that. And I know it sounds weird, warmed up, but if you lose your account, then you got to start all over again and your pixel's not going to work as well. And you got to run more ads, more money. Facebook, unfortunately, does not always tell you. In fact, they almost never tell you. They just say it was a violation of terms and service, whatever that means. What you're doing wrong. So make sure you just try to go by the guidelines. We've fortunately never lost an account, but I have friends that, lose 3 or 4 accounts a year. So, I don't know, maybe it's how you're advertising or what you're doing. I wish I knew the better answer to that. And somebody says you can never get too much training for Facebook. I agree because it changes too. That's the weird thing. You log in one day and then the next day the whole panel's different.
I don't know. I think I disagree with that actually, because you can spend every single day learning a new training and you're never doing. And at some point, you just have to do.
Oh yeah, well of course you got to do. I'm not saying.
So yeah, okay. So here we are with a cell phone pop socket search on AliExpress. And again, the best thing about this software is that we aren't initially looking at these products saying, oh, I like the way that one looks, or I don't like the way that one looks. We are only going by the data, by the cost of the products, by shipping e-packet, by the number of orders, we're going to go ahead and start filtering this just like we did when we were creating our mix store. And somebody's coming to the door, JR, so be aware that Kim might bark.
We've got a dog in the office today, guys. Hope you don't mind.
So I'm going to start narrowing down. You can start narrowing down your search. You can research if you start changing these filters over here, or we can just start searching for e-packet. I'm going to start removing the ones that don't do e-packet. Like you can see here, I'm just going to start.
Does everybody understand what e-packet is? That's a subsidized shipping from the US and it comes very, very cheap. So we always use e-packet.
Yeah, I think it's in the training to always choose e-packet. So I'm just going to select these rows. I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete them because I only want e-packet. And then we can filter, you know, our e-packet based on how much it cost, right? We can filter the number of orders. Let's say we want greater than 1,000 orders. Or maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done greater than 100 so we can get some more up here. This one has a lot of orders. What is that? That's a real pop socket, guys. So look at all of these different types of designs that your customers can pick from. It's 99 cents. This is an excellent product that you can add to your store. So this is how we're going to be using the keyword generator and the keyword search to
Real
find.
quick, I want to answer a question in there, Jessica. Somebody's asking if there's a group for specializing in Facebook ads. Yeah, it's Tim Bird, and the Facebook group is called Facebook Ad Buyers. Great group. I mean, great group. You can ask tons of questions in there. That's free to join on Facebook, and it's Tim Bird's. It's called Facebook Ad Buyers. So search that on Facebook.
All right, so this was the product we were just looking at, and you know, I like this product. It's 99 cents. Well, it has $1.57 shipping, but you know what? That's still under $3. I'm good with that. It has almost 7,000 orders. The seller rating is a 4.9. It has 1,500 reviews on it. I like this product. I want to add it to my store. We're going to right click, and again, we're going to download the product images and description. We're going to add it to our Shopify store using those product images and the description. Of course, guys, never, ever, ever, I don't think I can say that enough, never, ever, 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 ever copy and paste the product title and description into your Shopify store for so many reasons, but the primary ones are, one, these people are Asian and you're selling to US citizens. It's not going to sound right. People are going to look at your title and description and go, no, a foreigner wrote that. I'm not buying this. Two is because you're duplicating content on the internet, and Google is not going to like that, and you're never, ever, ever going to rank on Google if you're ever trying to. It's never going to happen.
Hey guys, let me explain to you what duplicate content is. If you have a sentence and Google indexes that sentence, it's like, I don't know, best survival food in America. Once they index that sentence, if it comes up again on somebody else's website, they assume that you stole it from the other website, so they're not going to show your website. So that's what she's talking about by duplicate content. And the more you do, the worse. So if you were to take their entire description, there's probably thousands of people that took that same entire description. And when you do that, you're never going to show up in the search results. So you want to change it up, at least 40, 50%. You can use the basic thing they're saying, but do not copy and paste other people's descriptions. I know it's easier and it saves you a ton of work, but you're not going to get anything out of it. So there's no point in doing it. You might as well not have a description if you're going to do that.
You're not. And I mean, as a consumer, if I read something and it very obviously sounds like a foreigner wrote it, if it's broken English, if I can't make it out, I'm not buying it. Because for me, I've lost credibility in the website. So please write your own content on your website and on your products and make sure it makes sense to people looking at your product. And then once you have that product uploaded into your Shopify store, you come right back here, download the top 50 5-star product reviews. It's already going to be in the CSV file format that Shopify wants it in. Upload it into your Shopify store and you're golden. You've got a product on your Shopify store. You can start running ads to it. So this is how we're going to be using the keyword generator. We're just going to keep finding these keywords at USB, and then we're going to send these over to our keyword search tool. We're going to narrow down. We're going to find the products that are going to work for us based on pricing, based on whether they ship e-packet, based on the number of orders, the seller rating, reviews. You're going to just keep narrowing it down and find your products that way. And again, the best part about this is that your bias is not involved. We're only using the data. These products are selling. These products have high ratings, so you want to sell them too. So that's how you use the Alley Inspector tool.
Guys, do you have any other questions on that? I know we're running over a little bit today, but I want to make sure we can answer. Let's see here. Somebody says that they felt like they didn't have enough products in the store to keep people interested. You don't really need a lot of products. I mean, having a lot of products means you're going to sell more stuff. Yeah. But understand that the way we run ads on Facebook, we're just putting one product, okay? Just one product. So you get a little bit of traction with that one product. And then what you can do is you can go into best sellers for that niche and then grab 10 products and add it to your store. It's really that simple. But you're only running them to one product at a time. So you don't have to worry about that. Somebody else says on the keyword generator, what attention do you pay to the number of results? What would you say about that, Jessica?
The number of results. I think the more results, the better, because the fewer results you have for a keyword, it's supply and demand. So if there isn't a demand, there won't be a lot of supply, if that makes sense. So the more results, the better. If you have
less interest if you have fewer keywords, basically.
What?
It shows less interest if you have fewer results.
Exactly. Yeah.
Our goal is not to try to grab a product and show it to people and get them interested. That's not our goal. Our goal is to find out what they're already interested in and put it in front of them. That's it.
Yep. Yes, and this software makes that really easy.
So so you guys understand this software a little bit better, you can just put stuff in the comments right there. Love to get your comments. We've got a lot of questions today. I'm not getting to answer all of them, unfortunately, but there's a ton of questions in there right now. Somebody said, why is there a warning triangle at the top of the e-packet, Jessica?
Where was that? Oh, it's not a warning triangle. It's I know it looks like a warning triangle, but it's showing that I had already filtered it. So it's just showing that you have filtered it. I know it looks like a warning triangle, but it's just showing that you had filtered it.
All right. Do we have any more questions out there? I think I tried to answer as many as I could off to the side here, guys. I wish you could have all been with me. It would have been expensive to take all you guys with me to Bangkok, but you would have seen so many people generating so much money, and it's kind of motivational to go to those things because it's just amazing what people are doing with Facebook and these ads. Somebody asked to resend them the link to the Alley Inspector. That should be in your members area, isn't it, Jessica?
It is. When you log into the members area, it's under module 1.
You just go to module 1 and you can jump on that and get that. So that's pretty easy to do.
Yep.
But see, here's the thing. Once you see this tool, it's like, gosh, that's pretty cool. I want to use that. So all the tools are like that. This is a lot of information, just take them one at a time. But this is the main one you want for picking out your products. And I know that's the most difficult thing for people. And keep in mind, you don't have to pick it out. All you have to do is go in here and find out what is popular and just put that out there. It's that simple. It works.
Definitely. And if you do find a bunch of products that you want to use, but you want to use Oberlo or Dropified, you can select a bunch of rows. Oh no, I clicked on one. Sorry, guys. So you can select a bunch of rows here, if I can do it.
I think Jessica's having a stroke in there. I need to run.
I know. And you can actually copy the selected items on your screen. You can select a bunch of rows. You can copy it and paste it into a text document or a notepad. And you'll have those product IDs to reference if you want to use your importing software into Shopify. But again, with the importing software, you still need to go back and you need to make those adjustments to your titles and descriptions. So it just depends, I guess, on how many products you're going to do at one time. If you're doing, 1 or 2 at a time, it's definitely, for me, it's going to be easier to just right click and download the product images and description and start adding it into Shopify on my own, because that way you have full control over it. But if you're adding 30 or 40, if you're doing your bestsellers and you're creating a mixed store, you might want to, select the rows and copy and paste and get your product information to find on AliExpress and use your import software. So you can still use your import software even though you're using this to find your products.
Well, that was really good, Jessica. Listen to them. They love it. They just love it.
Funny.
Okay, guys. So I think everybody got a lot out of that. I know I did, and I know it, and I still got a lot out of it. I think Jessica did a really good job, and we appreciate you doing that. And we appreciate all you guys being here, man. It's really cool to get back with you guys. I'm back in the country now, so I'm going to be a little bit more involved. It was harder to run videos there. And if you're interested, put it in the box there. I have a bunch of footage from Bangkok, and I will tell you, it is not all related to selling products online. It's just some interesting darn stuff. And I told this story to 1 million people, and I'm kind of a foodie, and we're getting ready to end this too, by the way. But I'm kind of a foodie, so I thought, they have a lot of street food there, and I thought, that's going to be my thing. Linda's telling you thank you, by the way, Jessica. And I'm going to get all these street foods, and I was watching all these vendors, and they weren't using paper plates. They were using plastic plates, like the kind that you would get in a Chinese restaurant. And I thought, well, that's cool. They actually give you a real plate, until I saw what they did with them. And they would stack up the dirty plates, and they had a 5-gallon water bucket, and they would just dip them into the bucket and take them back out and serve it to the next person. Now, keep in mind, this bucket had hundreds of plates dipped into it and had food floating in it. So unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to try as many street foods as I wanted. I mean, I figured, hey, if it was cooked on a stick, I'd probably eat it, or if it was in a restaurant. But as far as using that, 1,000-use plate, I did not do that. So that's one thing about Bangkok. But if you want to see some of that video stuff, just put it in the comments, put it in the members area, and I'll start posting some of those videos, and you can see some of that stuff. It's a little unrelated, but it is kind of funny. Somebody says they had a tag that is showing up on their product page when it pops up that I can't get rid of. I'm not an admin. It does not allow me to change the product or re-add it. That sounds confusing. Do you know what I'm talking about? I do not. I have no clue what you're talking about, Petria. But do this. Send a ticket to support at Digital Cash Academy, and a link to wherever it is, and we'll get in there. We'll help you with it. That's not a problem. So we'll help you out. Let's see here. Somebody says nothing like an exotic Asian disease. That's true. Somebody says, yes, I want to see the videos. Okay, cool. I'll post that stuff in there. I got to get it edited, and if you guys have done any videos, it takes a long time. So anyhow, thank you very much, Jessica, for assisting me today. That way you guys don't have to hear me every single time. Alex, I'm sure will be back with us next week. I'll say hello to Alex. We missed you. And we're going to go ahead and close it down today. You guys have a great day, and we will see you on the next coaching call, and we'll see you in the group. Make sure you're in there commenting, and I will see you there.